Yes, my brothers and sisters, Ras Cardo here, from Trenchtown to the rest of the world. I have a special presentation for you all, and I ask that you listen and take heed as my brothers and sisters. Yes, because God is love. Yes, Malachi 2:10 speaks it, have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us all? Why is it then that we always deal so treacherously, each against the other? Yes, the significance of the passing of Pope Francis, who adopted the name Francis, because I know that in my youthful days growing up in Jamaica, I went to some of the best schools there on the island. Yes, from St. Aloysius to St. George's College. Schools ran and set up by the Jesuits in Jamaica over the years. And many of us from Trenchtown went to that school. And all I saw from the priests there was love, because God is love. So while dealing with the violence in the cities of Jamaica, and Kingston in particular, from Trenchtown to the rest of the world, as I have written it to be in the true Trenchtown story, we know, I know, that God is love. That's why our reggae music was created, to show the love of God in helping God's people on this planet. God is love and will always be love. So the significance of the passing of Pope Francis wears deeply on me, because I know God is love, because in Jamaica they showed me as a youth love. So trying to live dealing with the violence and with those who are prejudiced and know not the love of God, hating and killing each other for the slightest nonsense, I know that was not the way to go. And the priests in Jamaica helped me to see that as a youth growing up. So when I began to see the light of truth, that God love is, and my parents too, especially my mother, I know that God is love. So when Bunny Wailer and us made the song One Love, which we have seen them turn into movie, related to the life and the works of Bob Marley, who came to live with us there, I know from a longer time that this was in continuation of the messages of the prophecies of God's love. And yet, around us, we saw my brothers and sisters saw the violence and the poverty that was so pervasive and still is even today as I speak, and see the passing of Pope Francis, knowing and doing the novenas in the church, in Catholicam et Apostolicam, sine crucis et confirmite salutis, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Yes, I became very good at Latin translation and the speaking of Latin and the significance of Latin, so much so that I also went further and tried to see how Paul himself was a scholar, a Greek scholar. Yes, in order to understand the ancient traditions of why God is love in the Trinity. Yes, so when we say in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, we know that God is love. So it's I can only hope, or we can only hope and pray that his passing, which is a significance in itself and for the entire planet, that we are in the last days, in the dispensation. Yes, Jesus Christ, as we know, coming from the ancient traditions, let us not misinterpret the signs of the times. Peter Tosh even told the world before he went on, tragically as it is, about the dispensations and the revelations, which we are seeing and become witness to in these times. So the significance of Pope Francis, yes, his passing, reminds me of the passing of all my brothers and sisters, my parents, who have passed on, that I can be here today speaking for them, of them, yes, and their works, only because God is love. And I, Ras Cardo, yes, even trying to understand the ancient traditions of our people, know that before the return of Jesus Christ, God in the Spirit, the Trinity, these are the signs we were told to interpret, to significantly interpret, because these are the days of the last crusade. Yes, and I know that what is taking place on the earth today, the prejudice and the racism and the skin color and the bigotry and the greed and the wickedness and the killings that never seem to stop from Jamaica to the rest of the world, I know that Jah shall make his son return. Yes, let Jah arise and all his enemies scatter. Let those who fear him now flee before him. Yes, I know that Jah is love. Rastafari know. Jah, let the word of Jah dwell in you, richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms, hymns and music and spiritual songs, with grace in your hearts to Jah. And whatever you do in word or deed, Do all in the name of Jah, giving thanks to Jah, the Father, through him, the Prince of Peace, the Lords of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of himself, Alaja Rastafari. Hi, Salam Alaikum. I greet to you all, my people. Have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us all? Why is it then that we deal so treacherously, each against the other? Hi, Salam Alaikum, Alaja. Igzihiba here, as I greet you all. Reggae music, uniting the world in the message of the prophecy. Yes, my people. Now I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Also, there was no more sea. Then I, John, saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be with them and be their God. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain for my people. For all the former things have passed away. Then, therefore, yes, my people, we need to get ready from this time until that time for Jah's return to take control of this earth. May Jah bless, guide, and protect you all, and let the peace that passeth all understanding, as my mother would say, the truth, because God is love, must swim like oil. I'm Ras Cardo, the reggae creator from Trenchtown, Jamaica. We must know to read the signs of these times. Jah, in this dispensation days, shall make his return. Rastafari know.